All right, briefly introduce yourself and your family on camera. Please tell us your age, name, and where you're originally from.
I'm Darlene Coates. I am 41 years old, and originally I'm from the Mississippi Delta. I was born in Memphis, Tennessee, and I was raised in the Mississippi Delta by my mother, Sarah Teen Coates. This is my son, Alexander, the baby, and this is my daughter, Jessica, and this is Jessica's daughter, so my grandbaby, London, and my son-in-law, Derek.
All right. And please tell us how much your annual income was and how much it is now.
Well, my annual income has changed. I don't remember the exact, but I do know that prior to my divorce, I cleared somewhere in the neighborhood of about $8,000 a month. And now probably about a little less than half that, probably about $2,300, maybe $3,000 a month.
Okay. And please tell me in detail how you have changed your spending habits and what sacrifices have you had to make. What did you used to buy? Where did you used to go and how that has changed? Tell me more about Alex losing his car or about the shopping trip you and your mom used to take.
Her mom. Well, my spending habits have changed dramatically. I used to buy just whatever I wanted to buy. Whatever I wanted to, whether it was on sale or not. Because my debt ratio pretty much allowed me to shop without being concerned about spending bill money. And I can remember one Saturday, my mom and I left the house, and I think we went to the store. Didn't we, Mommy, buy a comforter or a bed set one Saturday?
I don't know what we went to buy.
Which should have been probably maybe $100. And when we got home, we had spent about $1,200 shopping. And, you know, that was just the way things were. And, follow me, as a result, during that time, one of my favorite things to buy was shoes. So, this is my shoe closet. If you can get a view of this image. So I bought shoes all the time to go with everything, and now I can't afford to do that. So as a result, I am now simply having to make sure these shoes match and go with everything because I can't afford to buy anymore. That's my shoe closet. I also had a fascination with purses, so I would buy name brand. If it was Dooney & Bourke, there's more Dooney & Bourke down there. Then after Dooney & Bourke, I fell in love with Coach. And I would buy a lot of purses. This is my bathroom and my other closet. And you can see more Coach. And I absolutely love, have to show you this, I absolutely love my Dooney & Bourke trunk. And more Dooney & Bourke. So I had a love for purses, shoes, accessories. I have Coach belts and things hanging up here. And then the clothes. But now I pretty much have to live off what I have accumulated because I can't afford to shop like that anymore. So I still look like I have 15 cents even though I only have 10 cents. So it's an adjustment, but because we have a surplus of stuff, it's not all that bad for me. So I think the biggest change is probably for the kids. They are not accustomed to not buying as much stuff as we once did. So, Jessica, how do you think? How have you been affected by it?
We're not done asking you your question, so slow your
Okay,
roll.
well, fine. Excuse me.
Slow your roll.
Okay,
Fine.
please describe how your living conditions has changed. How does your old house compare to your new house? Does your mom live there with you and the kids?
Well, actually, me and the kids live with my mom.
Okay.
Our old house is probably similar in size. It was 5 bedrooms, and we had a living room, a family room with a fireplace. The kids had a game room. with all sorts of games. At one time they had a pool table, then they had air hockey in there, and so they would just kind of change that room around depending on what they wanted to do. Now we're living here with my mom. That house came dangerously close to foreclosure, and after I fought through the foreclosure, we moved out and moved in with my mom, and so now I'm renting that house out to try and offset some of the debt. And so we're all staying here with my mom. At least Alex and I are staying here with my mom. Jessica just recently moved. So probably the biggest adjustment was maybe for me, probably going through the emotional changes, the shock of it. I don't think I am as affected by the not shopping and stuff as much as the kids, but it's a change. I'm on a budget now, and I've never been on a budget before.
Let's go to the next question.
So that's hard.
All right.
Because
Next question.
so long.
Please tell us some details about your other struggles you face outside your financial situation, such as health, personal life, etc.
Well, leading up or just prior to the divorce, we went through a series of health issues.
Oh, you know what? Hold on. Did you tell him about my car getting repoed?
No, I didn't tell them
Okay,
about your
well, go
car.
ahead and tell them
So
about your
no,
other issues.
nobody's concerned about your car now. Anyway, my husband at the time became ill, and he was on disability for about 9 months. So that kind of took a big chunk out of our savings. The last 3 of those months, he was out totally with no pay as opposed to reduced pay. So then that took a chunk out of our savings. And then by the time he went back to work, within days or a week, I was diagnosed as having breast masses, and so I had to have surgery.
Put some sex in
I had to have surgery.
Put some
Fortunately,
sex in the video.
will you stop? This is not a sex video. This is not Hefner.
How do you think the Kardashians got their shot?
Anyway,
They put some sex in it.
Fortunately, they were benign, so I had surgery. And then about 6 months after that, my daughter tells me she's both pregnant, and then she had to have breast surgery.
Put that naughty schoolgirl look on your face.
Then I had to turn around and have breast surgery again. So I had surgery in May. My daughter got pregnant in October. She had surgery in November, and then I turned around and had surgery in December. And so all of those things were just, you know, emotionally overwhelming, and financially we took a big hit.
Is that Swiss things? I plan on returning this. I plan on returning this.
Thank you very much. All right, next question for you, Al. Please tell us your name, age, and brief description of yourself.
Well, I have several.
Oh no, put some sex in it. Put some sex in it.
You're right. You're right.
The pants too tight for your leg, you go up there.
My real name is Alex, but I go by several names: Scott, Al, Albert, Alejandro, Marquez, Christian. It just depends. And that's Christian with a K, because I don't like it to get confused with the Jesus Christ Christians. Two totally different things.
Because he's totally not one of those.
No. I am 18 by birth, but sometimes I lie. Sometimes I'm 14. Sometimes I'm 23.
How did you pass for 14?
It happens.
And how did you pass for 23?
It happens.
Okay, he's dealing with some blind people.
It
Some
happens.
crazy people.
Or someone
People are just usually focused on this money maker right here, and they don't have time to worry about anything else. They're like,
what? Oh, yeah. When you asked me about the health issues, I clearly forgot to mention that I think all of this had a toll on Alex's mental status. And ever since
I don't need
then,
any mints.
he has a tendency
I don't need any
to
mints. My breath is fresh.
hallucinate and exaggerate.
And he runs around yelling Zola, who's supposed to be our housemaid / house slave.
But she's invisible. And
no one's seen Zola.
So, but we
And her
haven't
name
had...
is Zoila.
But we
Zoila.
don't have the funds to have him evaluated for a psychiatric exam. So we're just going with it.
And the free clinic, they don't do that here.
And to tell you about myself, I am a highfalutin son of a gun.
Okay. All right. That's enough about Alex.
hold
Can
on.
we go to the next question, please?
God, excuse me. Thank you. Now, like I was saying,
How you a highfalutin?
now
broke?
hold on. This is how you. It's called trickery, because you have to trick the outsiders and make them think you're living large. So when we lost our other home, instead of telling people that, you have to trick their minds. So you'd be like, oh, no, that one's just going through some renovations. We're going to sell it and buy 3 more properties. You have to lie to them and do trickery and psych their minds out. So that's what I've been doing. I've been doing a lot of lying. I now have to cut the grass myself, so I should tell you that, and I really don't know how. So if you look outside now, there's a big patch in the middle that has not been cut, because that's what happens. And then my Mercedes out there, it's really old.
My Mercedes that I
You're
allow
right,
him
her
to
Mercedes.
drive.
The dashboard is lit up like a Christmas tree with all the different check engine lights and oil lights and seatbelt lights.
Because you're not getting the services done, perhaps?
Because it's your car. You're not getting the services
This is
done.
Alex's car. The little red one. Can you zoom in? That's Alex's car. He has a Mustang. Okay?
Well, I don't want to see you out there driving it. I don't want to see you driving it. I don't want to see you trying to squeeze your big old mountain butt cheeks in there.
All right. Next question. What sacrifices have you made? Have you had to make since your family fell on tough times? Has your lifestyle changed?
I just told you I drive a Christmas tree dashboarded Benz out there. The brakes scream every time you touch them. Like, you don't even have to be driving. If you just touch the brakes, it's like, ah! So I often have to turn my music up really loud.
Does the car stop?
Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you have to turn the music up really loud so people don't hear the brakes screaming.
And just roll. Make sure you let them know you just roll.
And sometimes, like, when I see the light turn red, I just take my foot off the
beat the light, beat the light, beat the light.
You have to gun it and beat it, or just take your foot completely off the brake and the gas and just let it come to a rolling stop.
Well, it is really loud, but...
So I've had to make that sacrifice. I did not get to enjoy my BMW that I used to sport around in for very long.
Plus, he couldn't drive it very well. It was a 5-speed, and it took us 10 minutes to get off the hill at the stop sign in Georgia when you drove it. So it wasn't very practical anyway.
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
So it
that
was
has nothing to do
it
with
was
anything.
not just best for our finances that we didn't get that car. It was best for our health.
I have...
And for my sanity, because if they had got him that car, we would be missing a couple of family members in this video right now.
I can't afford...
Why? Are you not happy with your Honda? It is
I
a
have
very
a
good
95
car.
Honda Civic, dashboard lit up as well.
But that
brakes
is her
are retiring.
second car I have helped her to get. She had a really nice luxury top of the line Honda Accord.
The transmission
that she
fell
didn't
out.
treat with
The
much
engine
love.
fell out. The brakes fell out. The windows fell out. It
The
was
windows
stumbling.
did fall out.
The windows then were
fell out.
broken.
That Honda was so hot, your eyes would cry from just sitting in the dry heat during the summer months.
That's because she did not give it love. You have to name your car, and you have to give it love, and you have to keep it clean. And
Her name was Debbie Downer because every time I got in it, I was down to be in it. Okay, that was her name.
Okay, well,
And she got sold.
so America, I tell you what, don't get your kids a car.
This video
Let
is not,
them get
this
their
video
own
is not
car.
for America.
Okay,
It's
I'm
for
talking
Melina.
to everybody. I'm talking to Zola, so she can go out and tell everybody else. Don't get your kids a car. Let them get their own first freaking car.
Hey, y'all gonna stop playing Zola, because when she pop up in here and start whooping up on y'all, I want to hear
Jessica,
that.
this question is for you. Please tell us your name, age, and a brief description of yourself.
My name is Jessica Hines. I'm 21 years old. And a result of downsizing, I have become a known alcoholic.
I'm her sponsor, her AA sponsor.
My best friends have become bourbon, Hennessy,
Jack,
Gentleman's
Jose.
Jack, yeah. So they keep me warm at night, definitely.
Montezuma.
I can always count on them to be there when I'm having tough times. So
But seeing how she don't ever have any money, she ain't buying much to drink.
I have substituted all juices, waters, Kool-Aids, all of that in my house. Okay, you drink faucet water if you're thirsty in my house, because the only thing we have to drink is dark liquor. Okay? So I don't have any visitors.
Does the baby have milk?
No.
She comes over here for milk. I'm a little low on funds for
You
milk
kind of
right
answered both
now.
questions in one. And just give me a brief description of yourself.
Of myself.
Crazy.
I have some say that I'm crazy. Okay?
Tell them about your sex appeal.
It left
Pop it up, pop it up.
when
Bert,
she was born.
Bert, have you seen the Kardashians?
It's trying to come back, but you're wearing it out.
She has a natural cat face. She didn't have to buy hers like him.
I'm sorry. I am a bit drunk during this interview while I'm trying to talk to you. No. About myself. My sex appeal all left when my daughter was born.
But we're bringing sexy back.
Yeah, we're trying. We're supposed to be doing Zumba.
Zumba.
Come on. We haven't made it in there yet to do that.
Zumba.
Darby said Zumba. Whatever that is.
Oh! You're supposed to be videotaping Jessica, not me.
Clearly that was staged. Clearly.
It was not.
You can zoom in on the guy over there with the big postcards telling us what to do.
What else about myself? I've had to cut shopping a lot.
She's crazy.
It definitely has taken a toll.
That's why we're wearing this $10 dress from Target. That's going to be returned. As well as this shirt.
This is $10 Target wear.
This is $11 H&M. And it will be returned. Got the tags to prove it. Along
H&M don't find you and sue you.
Along with the pants that will be returned. Hold on. It's stuck up in my drawer. Don't worry, it's all going to be returned.
I have gotten food stamps to provide for my household. But we're at that point where they're excited about the food coming in the house.
I am. I get really excited.
I'm gone
there
within
on the
a
1st
week.
and the 15th.
So we eat very well for a good top 2 weeks. Then after that, we're hungry. And
we have crab cakes on the 1st. I like crab cakes.
So I have resulted in clipping some coupons. You can ask my baby daddy over there. I am one great coupon clipper, babe. Ain't I a good
No, you're not. No, you're not. You ain't got nothing on Santi's mama.
So anyway, I buy diapers on coupons, clothes on coupons. We have also learned about Dollar Tree. That is a very great store, especially the one on Ward. We buy tissue, paper towels, egg. We bought some cheese, but it didn't melt, so we don't buy the cheese anymore.
It was plastic.
It really was. It did not melt. It didn't melt at all. So we don't buy the cheese. What else we buy, baby, that won't good?
The water. Took the water like 3 days.
The water didn't freeze. Yeah, the water didn't freeze. So
that's called alcohol.
We only buy canned goods. What else we buy from Dollar Tree? We buy canned goods, paper towels, things like that, pastas. Sometimes if they have a special on draws, we'll get some of those.
Does Dollar Tree take food stamps?
Yes.
And Dollar Tree does take food stamps. So just think how much money we're saving. All we have to pay for is the paper towels and the tissue. The tissue goes kind of quick though. It's kind of thin, and the paper towels. But we have it for good.
We learn to use less squares.
We're trying to work on that in my household by cutting back.
Because in this household we use 1 square per wipe. So we do a class Wednesdays and Thursdays for outsiders called Front to Back. And it teaches you how to wipe. Come on, bro. Let's.
No, we do not need a demonstration of that. Okay.
In my household, whenever everybody wash their hands around the same time, or at least we try. We try to shower around the same time. Kind of cut down on things.
If you saw the big bathtub upstairs, we just do like the Romans used to do, just one big mass shower.
Yeah. As far as paper towels, we try and. If I dry my hands, then I'll pass it to Alex to dry his hands, and then Alex to pass it to daughter to dry her hands, and then Grandma has to air dry her hands. And then the next time we need paper towels, it starts with Grandma, and it comes back down, and then I have to air dry. So that we're working on it. We're going to get it together soon.
All right, well, thank you very much.
And so the biggest adjustment for anybody has probably been Grandma, because we've all had to move in with her.
Yeah.
Correct.
So, Mom,
How
have you been
to kick me out?
And briefly introduce yourself, your age.
Well, I don't like telling my age, but I will tell you I'm Darlene's mother and she's 41. So
Can I guess then?
Yeah, you can guess.
All right, I'm going to say
if you
62.
61.
I was close.
I just knew you was going to say
But
70.
anyway, it has been a big inconvenience for me because prior to them moving in, me and my sister lived together. And it was nice and quiet. My house was clean. And if you just look around, just this room, you don't have to go in the other rooms. It's junky. Dishes in here. It just looks a mess. So I can't keep my house clean, first of all. And second of all, the in and out the house all time of day and all time of night.
That's the handyman.
We didn't have
Never
a
leaves.
handyman before they came here. At night I go to bed, I lock my door and pray I wake up the next day because folks just in and out of the house. I don't have very much privacy at all.
For some reason, my grandma thinks we're thugs.
So
and thieves.
I'm glad when they can get financially on their feet so they can
It's wise.
move out.
I tell everybody in this household one thing. Privacy is for white folks. We don't believe that right here.
When
If
you're
you got,
broke, when you
if you got something to hide,
Get
if
your
you
money.
got something to hide, there's something wrong.
when we've downsized, we have gotten to know each other
Really
very
well.
well as a family.
Really well.
We're still trying to build that, unit. Because it's a little bit broken because they haven't let me come back home yet. But as soon as they let me come back home, I'm telling you, we are glued to hips out here.
And although, and I
We have-
think,
we have enough
in all,
hips
in
on
all
our own.
fairness, I do think, although it was a financial hardship with me going through a divorce and almost losing my home, it has also been a benefit to my mother for me to be here that she rarely gives me credit for.
A benefit for my mother, too.
Yes, usually I put gas in my cars, and while I drive one, somebody else driving the gas out the other.
Let's go ahead and use names.
So that's
Let's
a
use
big
names.
benefit to me.
Let's use names. Who's usually driving the other way?
And they
I was gonna
go,
say
oh, let me
Darlene.
use the truck, got gas in it. Oh, I put just some more gas in there.
Who usually does
That's the
that?
end of that.
But she doesn't complain when I'm spending hundreds of dollars doing repairs and fixing her house and upgrading it.
Let's
and I
actually-
have probably increased the value of this home
Let's
every
see,
bit of
as soon as I come back, this
$100,000
unit will be
since I've been
so-
here.
Let's
This would be a
actually
great
hold on.
unit.
Let's actually talk about that. Hundreds of dollars, which we
I can
really
smell
don't
your
spend.
must.
We usually have to feed Tony food so he can come and fix stuff
Well,
for
I mean,
free.
we may have to
to
barter.
work.
We may have to barter to get the work done, but nevertheless,
Tony,
we get the work done,
how
and
much
it's quality
money?
work.
How much work? How much would this cost you for somebody who is not your friend? All the work you put in this house,
All the house?
all of this,
And the back out there too?
all of it.
About 25.
$25,000,
About 25.
and we pay what, about $25?
No.
We pay
Well, but a few thousand. A few thousand.
All right, well, I'm done with this. I got
All
flight
right.
to catch.
Well, thank you guys for your time.
I got some Mucinex today.
Bye.
Don't do that.
If you can talk about wiping your butt from front
Don't.
to back and all
Who's
this
that?
red
Al?
You cut it off.